Okay, today we're gonna take a look at this move deck for Series 2. This is a Series 2 deck. I'm not even Series 2 complete at the moment. This is my secondary account. So, I don't have certain combinations, but this performs pretty well, especially with the boss we had lately. Now, let's see. Here's the deck. Oh, by the way, when we're talking about move decks in Marvel Snap, the best player, one of the best players with move decks is Molt. So I advise you to check out his advanced tactics with move decks if you think this is an interesting archetype for you to master.
Oh, I should have snapped.
Well then, in move decks you have two types of cards. You have cards which let other cards move, and you have cards which get some nice effect when they are moved. And you have vision. Okay, I'll show you. The first card we're going to talk about, for example, is Iron Fist. Iron Fist on reveal. After you play your next card, move it one location to the left. To the left. Most move cards go to the left. Take that into account. So Iron Fist himself does not move, but he lets the next card you play move. Alright, if you take another card like Multiple Man, as a 2-3, when this moves, add a copy to the old location. So you play the Iron Fist first, for example, and then you play the Multiple Man, then the Multiple will move one lane to the left. So never play it to the left because it can't move anymore. Alright, so you play it either in the middle or you play it on the right so it can move one lane. When it moves one lane, it leaves a copy in the other lane. And then you have a 2-3 in one lane and a 2-3 in the other lane. So, okay, but Multiple Man cannot move on its own. It needs another card to be moved, and then you get the effect. Alright, so Multiple Man is a card that really wants to be moved. Another card of that type is a Vulture. Vulture, I love Vulture. Vulture, 3-3. When this moves, +5 power. I said +5 power. Every time Vulture moves, +5. So if Vulture moves only once, it's a 3-8. If it moves twice, it's a 3-13. Vulture can get massive real quick. Multiple Man is our mover, Vulture is our mover. We also have, in theory, there is another card called Human Torch. When this moves, double its power. This is also a moving card, which gets a nice bonus when moved. But Human Torch is a Series 3. We are Series 2, so we have no Human Torch. Alrighty. Then we have a special card as well. The next card we're going to talk about, Kraven. When a card moves here, this gains +2 power. So, Kraven is in a location. Most of the time, play Kraven in the left location. Why? Because the enablers we have let cards move to the left. So we can only let them move to the left and not to the right. So Kraven I played in the left location. If I can get 3 cards into the Kraven location, with like a Heimdall or something, or some other tricks up my sleeve, then Kraven would get +2, +2, +2. That's +6. That's from a 2-2, he goes to a 2-8. And that's a jump in power that most of the times your opponents not are calculating on. That's the thing. So Kraven can go for a 2-2 to a 2-8 or more, because you can move cards in a location, move them out, and then move them in again. That's what you can do. Cloak. For 2-4. On reveal, next turn, both players, so that means you and your opponent, both players can move cards to this location. You have to take into account that also your opponent can take action on the Cloak. What could be handy, thus, is playing the Cloak on top of the Kraven. So not only you can move cards towards the Kraven, but also your opponent, but thus buffing up the Kraven even more. Most of the times opponents know that, sometimes they don't. It all depends on the board state, but yeah, it's a game. Okay, I skipped Medusa. I'm going to talk about it. Medusa. I love Medusa, but the only reason Medusa is here because we just had to fill out the deck, and it's a filler card, so that's why I skipped her. But Medusa, on reveal, if this is at the middle location, +3 power. So she goes from a 2-2 to a 2-5 if you can play her in the middle, which is nice, Lizard. Ongoing. +4 power if the opponent has 4 cards here. So you would always have to play Lizard in a location where the opponent has few cards. We don't do that, of course, because the opponent thinks he has us having 4 cards there, and then we move the Lizard to another location where there are not 4 cards. I mean, we are a move deck, so we move that boy away. A lizard is in here because of that trick, and also because we are Series 2, we don't have all the cards, we don't have that many options, so it's a lizard trick. It's a bit of reptile thinking. All right, then we have a weird card here. This is Doctor Strange, which looks a lot like Benedict Cumberbatch. Very well done. Doctor Strange, on reveal, move your highest power cards to this location. It's a 3/3. The tricky thing is, it is all your highest power cards, but the thing is, if you have like 3 8s on the board and you have the Doctor Strange location with a 9 power card because you got a monster there because of monster from a monster island, you have a 9 power card there, you play Doctor Strange in that location, nothing will move. Nothing will move because the highest power card is in your location and that will not move. He can win you games. There is you will see the game where I won with Doctor Strange. Beautiful game. He can win you games and he can frustrate you and you will retreat because you misplayed him. It's a thing. Alrighty. Now we come to our first buffer. Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster was already in this deck before the buff, so that's a great thing. Here is Hulkbuster. It's now a 3/5. On reveal, merge this card with a random friendly card at this location. So when you play Hulkbuster, it's gonna become one with the other card you played, but adding its power to that card. Okay, it went from a 3/4 to a 3/5. What's the idea with Hulkbuster? If you combine Hulkbuster with a card like Multiple Man, our preferred target, then because the Multiple Man is 2 power, then you play the Hulkbuster on top of it, and then the Hulkbuster from a 2/3 goes to a 2/8. And then you can move the 2/8, and then every time it moves on the board, it leaves a 2/8 copy behind. That's awesome. Now, there's also a move you can do, is you play the Multiple Man first, then you play the Iron Fist, and then you play the Hulkbuster on top of the Multiple Man, because you don't play the Iron Fist in the same lane as Multiple Man. You have to be sure that the Hulkbuster is only one option to really hit that card. You really want to have one card in that lane. You do not want to gamble with your cubes. You are gambling with your cubes, but you want to optimize your chances of winning cubes, of course. So you play the Multiple Man first, then you play the Iron Fist somewhere else, and then you play the Hulkbuster on top of the Multiple Man. The Hulkbuster 3/5 will merge with the Multiple Man. The Multiple Man becomes a 2/8, but then the Hulkbuster was supposed to move, so the Multiple Man 2/8 will move and give a 2/8 copy on this original location. Nice. That's the function of Hulkbuster in this deck, to bump up that card. We could also do the same thing with Vulture, of course, or we can just play Hulkbuster for its power on its own. It's a 3/5. It's nice. It's the same. Anyway, let's not get into details. I'm getting ahead of myself. The other buffed card, Vision, is now from a 5/7 went to a 5/8. You can move Vision every turn, which is it seems like, wow, every turn, but it's a 5 cost card, so you're going to play it in the 5th turn and move it actually once. You know, you could cheat it out in a way, but we are Series 2. We don't have ramp cards yet of that nature. As far as I know, we could use it as a Psylocke, but it's going to be really clunky. It's going to be really clunky. Then you only play it out on 4, and then you can move it 1 extra turn. Anyway, the thing about Vision is, it's just simply a 5/8. It's a lot of power, and if push comes to shove, the worst case scenario, we can always move the Vision into the Kraven, so buffing up the Kraven again. I mean, 5/8, nice stuff. Then we got Heimdall, the enabler, the surprise card of this deck. Heimdall, the 6/8 move card. On reveal, move your other cards 1 location to the left. To the left, my brothers, to the left. Yes, to the left. Heimdall moves all your cards to the left, but he will not move. So, and it's all your cards, not some of your cards. All your cards will move 1 location to the left. Okay, so you want to play Heimdall. You want to play Heimdall and then surprise your opponent by moving all your cards away. And then having Heimdall somewhere alone or with other cards, or it's a puzzle all the time. Move decks are a bit more thinking. You're not gonna play just fast. You really have to think some things through. And then the last card is America Chavez. A 6/9 America Chavez, the most reliable card in Marvel Snap. She starts on the bottom of your deck and you draw this always on turn 6. That's so nice. There are some cards which can reshuffle your deck, like a Lockjaw or something, or a Cork. If you get a Cork, then the deck gets reshuffled. Then you can pull American Chavez sooner than turn 6 because you're already screwed. Every time you get a card, some cards reshuffle your deck. Take that into account. American Chavez, you always get it on turn 6. So if it is turn 5 and you do not have your Heimdall in your hand, you will not get your Heimdall because you're going to get American Chavez. That's why she's here, to take away all your hope. Yeah? So it makes it more consistent as well, because you know you're going to pull American Chavez on 6. So the chance of you getting a Heimdall sooner are bigger. The chance of you getting your components are bigger. But once again, if you do not have Heimdall on turn 5, you're not getting him. So then you can already take into account, how am I going to play it out? How am I going to use my vision? And where am I going to play this Chavez in the last turn? Because you know you're going to get the Chavez. That's a certainty you have. So that's the deck. What do you want to do? Actually, what you want to do, you want to play the multiple man on 2, preferably, in the middle or in the right. It depends, in the middle or in the right. And then you want to follow that up with a Hulkbuster on top of the multiple man, and then move the Shizzle. If you can play the multiple man first, then the Iron Fist, the Hulkbuster on top of the multiple man, and move. Beautiful. Most of the time, who cares? You can just play the Iron Fist, then the multiple man, move it, and just see how it goes. You just want to move the multiple man a lot of times. That's what you want to do. The Kraven, you want to play it on the left whenever you can. Like, you're not in a hurry, because you really want to have the Kraven there when you activate the Heimdall in the last play. So if you play it in the 3rd turn, the 4th turn, the 5th turn, you don't care. The Kraven, it's okay. Just play it on the left. Medusa always goes in the middle. Or why she just doesn't trigger, so she goes in the middle. Cloak is there to have your multiple man move one more time. If you can't play the multiple man, you don't pull them into the multiple man, you have the Vulture to move that. And then you can move that, you can move it again, with the Cloak, and then later you can move it again with the Heimdall. So you can move the Vulture in ideal situations twice, which makes him a 313. 313. That's bigger than a Hulk, right? Okay, so that's nice. So that's kind of the plan. And then the Lizard is there, the Doctor Strange to wiggle a little bit. Okay, that's the deck. I think you know quite enough. Let's go into, one more thing I want to mention, which is nice to know. I am not Series 2 complete. I am not. Cloak is also of the expression Cloak and Dagger. There is another card called Dagger over here. She is Series 2. As you can see. Oh, you can't see that. Well, I don't have the card. It's black and white. I don't have the card. When this moves to a location, +2 power for each card your opponent has there. So if you play the Cloak and you move the Dagger into that, and your opponent has a lot of cards there, ka-ching, ka-ching, that Dagger goes up in power. Then you can move the Dagger again later on. Nice stuff. Really nice stuff. Don't have her. Then there's also a card like Ghost Spider, which is not even shown here because of our level. But Ghost Spider is also a really nice card, which can use with move. But it's Series 4? High up anyway. High up. Yeah, it's gotta be Series 4. What to be here. So that's the deck. This is a deck you could use. You could use something else, of course. And if you would have Dagger, you could slot it in. Oh, of course, you could slot her in. And what could you replace? You could replace the Medusa. You could replace the Lizard. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. Because the Medusa procs to a 2/5, the Lizard is a 2/5, but the Lizard is a downside and Medusa is a downside. It's up to you. Here we go.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
We're facing off against sedork. Hello, sedork. Atlantis first location. You only have one card here. It has 5 power. Nice. +5 power. All right. We're never gonna have one card there. That's never gonna happen. Be right back. Second location, white hot room. First to fill this has +3 energy. We have to play Medusa there, of course. Oh my word, Sentinel comes down, so he has to play. Third turn. Oh, the tension. Pet tension. This turn, all cards must be played here. Let's opt for the Lizard then. Sentinel comes down again. We could go for the Kraven Cloak at the moment, but I don't see a... We are gonna do it though. He could have played the Watu here. That's weird. Well, Vision goes mid. Of course. Namor gets big points. Alrighty. What are we going to do? Are we gonna beat out the mid? We need 8 power mid. We could move the Vision here. And if we play Heimdall here.
Opponent snapped.
I think we don't have to snap. Well, this is gonna turn into +5, right? So this is gonna be 8. It's gonna be enough points. Let's see. So there we go. There we go.
Emotional damage.
Victory.
We have to get used to it, to how to think. Well, we had extra 3x energy, so we could use the Vulture, so that was nice. That was nice. We did lose a lot of power of the Lizard, though. That was not so cool. We have to keep that in mind for other games.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Let's see. Whoa, no! Are you kidding me? Dknigoboyabo? Hello, Yabo. First location, Washington, D.C. Cards here with no abilities have +3 power. We have nothing to play. World Girl goes down. Oh, yeah. That's a nice bonus. Oh, okay. Let's play the multiple, man. Maybe we can follow it up with a Hulkbuster this time. Yep, it's Destroy deck. Okay, nice to know. So this nice squirrel's gonna die. Oh, it's gonna die by Venom, of course. So we can preserve the power. Ooh. That's sad. Oh, we could do that. We could do this. Deathlock indeed. Keeping this for the Venom. I take it. Now we're gonna play Hulkbuster on top of the multiple, man. And we're gonna snap. Next turn I'm gonna be put Cloak over here. Oh, we have to as well. Hahaha. To put everything back again. We would be really scared for a Killmonger or something, but we don't have the... What's that nice little moving card with 1 power? We don't have that. Torch, Human Torch, we don't have that. Look at that multiple and then go! Kraven goes off. Nice, nice, nice. We could also just play Doctor Strange, by the way. Move everything over. Otherwise it'd be Cloak and Vulture. Yeah. It's gonna get too crowded otherwise. We did snap, right? We did snap. It's gonna be a nice move game. Alright, keeping everything open for the venom over here. Now everybody can move. Final turn already. That goes so quick. Let's redo that. Let's go. We're just moving the one to have enough on the left. Moving into Kraven. Strong guy. He has still 3 cards in his hand. How does that work exactly? Why did you play the strong guy and snap?
Victory.
Makes no sense.
Wow! Congratulations!
I like this part of the game. What? Why did you? What? What? I don't know.
Come on, click like and subscribe.